Title MMA's got you covered with everything you need to get into MMA like a pro. MMA masters Duke Rufus and Red Shaper take you through the basics of MMA to get you inside the sport and show you what you really need to know. But you'll also get inside secrets and techniques that can only be mastered from years in the cage. Now you can learn from the best and get ready to give it your all with top quality Title MMA products like these. Title's freestyle throwing and grappling dummy, made of incredibly durable triple ply synthetic leather that'll stand up to all the punches, kicks, jabs, takedowns, chokeholds, and ground pounding you can give it, and still come back for more. Professional Thai pads and Twins Muay Thai pads for serious competitors. Imported from Thailand, these rugged all-leather overstuffed pads give you the target you need to develop powerful kicking skills. The grappling dummy heavy bag, the ultimate 2-in-1 training bag, combining the realistic human form with a durable heavy pad. Give it jabs, straight shots, angle punches, hooks, uppercuts, and more to take your training to the next level. The Twins MMA Thai Shield, handcrafted in Thailand. Super shock-absorbing layered cell foam welcomes every offensive blow and strike and begs for more. Perfect for MMA, Muay Thai, and combat training. Title leather 12 and 16-pound medicine balls. Great for explosive training and endurance training. Title super plastic speed ropes. Super lightweight, but ball-bearing fast. Top quality leather headgear from Title Boxing, Title MMA, and Twins offer you the most protection in your training routine. Title MMA Gel Pro Shin Instep Guards feature our exclusive gel-enforced lining for even greater protection and form fit. Double padding where you need it most. Twins Open Palm Wrist Strap Gloves, designed for training and competition. A full half-inch of padding over knuckles, fingers, and back of the wrist for uninhibited attack. Full leather construction with elastic thumb loop for excellent freedom of movement and security. Title Platinum Body Protector, perfect for working on body shots and lower body techniques. Use in conjunction with punch mitts to simulate actual sparring. The special layered cell foam really takes a pounding. All these and more Title MMA products will have you looking, feeling, and fighting like the warrior you need to be. Let Duke and Red teach you the tricks of the trade that'll have you winning fights in no time. Bigger, better, faster, and stronger with Title MMA. Check out these products and more at TitleMMA.com. Do it now.
Hi, I'm Duke Rufus, and I'm proud to be here doing these Title MMA videos. I'm going to be representing a lot of the striking, but firstly I want to say this: you've got to train everything in MMA. You've got to train all the disciplines. Even though my background is a striking coach and fighter, and as well helping guys fight MMA, you need to train your jiu-jitsu, wrestling, boxing, and as well you've got to work your Muay Thai in there. You just can't do one of the disciplines. You've got to do them all, hence why they call it mixed martial arts. Myself, I've been doing martial arts since I was 4 years old. I love the combative side of martial arts. Not so much the mystique, but the reality. Being on the mat, being in the ring, competing. That's what I live for. I'm a fight fan. I grew up in a family of fighters and of coaches. My father was a great coach who coached all my brothers to kickbox eventually after we started in martial arts. He was part of the Professional Kickboxing Association Executive Board, as well a great referee, judge, and a fighter himself, and as well a great coach. My older brother was a 6-time champion of the world in kickboxing, 6 different weight classes, and as well he was a boxing champion for the WBC and did very well in K1 USA and other World K1 events. Myself, I started fighting when I was 18 years old as a professional. I started out in American kickboxing, but soon went on to seek out Muay Thai kickboxing from Thailand. I loved it, and I learned everything, anything, and I'm still trying to learn as much as I can about Muay Thai and everything that goes along with it. As well, I pursued professional boxing. I've trained alongside many great professional boxers and cross-trained, and as well I also have now worked with a lot of good MMA fighters. It's a great experience. I love where the fight sports are going today. It's a great transition. I love being able to take my experiences as a boxer, Muay Thai kickboxer, and as well I used to fight in K1 fighting, all these things, rounding it out and seeing where they work in the world of MMA. In this video we're going to try and show you common sense ways to make the strikes work along with your jiu-jitsu, wrestling, and blend it into your MMA game. Alright, Red Schaefer and we're going to present the first part of this video, which I think is the backbone of all fighting, your stance and understanding your range and your footwork. Very important when you choose your stance, your posture, you'll hear old school. Are you a southpaw or are you orthodox? Which basically means, are you left-handed or right-handed? Most experts in striking say if you throw a football or baseball or bat right-handed, you should go in a right-handed stance, vice versa if you're left-handed. I have a belief if you're already very good at wrestling and you're a wrestler converting to MMA, the foot that you wrestle forward with, you should use as your stance. It'll help your progression if you're learning striking for the first time going into MMA. If you're successful at wrestling from one stance, strike from that position. What we're going to work on real easy, our stance. I'm a right-handed athlete, so what I do, I take my lead foot, which will be my left foot, I take it straight ahead and I bring my right foot to my left. From here, I'm going to go on a 45-degree angle and spread my feet just a little over a shoulder width apart. What I want to do is have my rear foot, my right foot slightly turned. When I'm making a fist, very important, I curl the fingers. I don't squeeze though. Just tuck from here. I take the thumb and I bring it right across the middle of the lower fingers. From here, I take this right hand, I put it upside my head, almost like the old school telephone position. I take this left hand, bring it across over here, and I make a shell with my hands. Now, from here again, don't squeeze real hard. Stay relaxed in your stance, almost loose with your hands. We're only going to tighten those fists as we hit. Now, what I want to do with this posture, bend my knees. You cannot do any sport with straight legs. The knees are going to give you explosion. As we're going to learn later, as we defend, the knees bent help us absorb blows and to explode. And as well, besides striking in MMA, there's wrestling and there's groundwork. And part of the wrestling, this position is going to help you offensively to take down or defensively to defend takedowns. Now another thing that's going to happen, as I turn to the side, watch my posture. I just don't stand straight like a board. My chin tucks into my shell. So I'm protecting my head. I'm trying to hide my chin, my jawline. I curl my stomach and I make my body even smaller. The taller I am, the easier the target. I make myself smaller and I work my shell. So again, if you're left-handed, you just would repeat the process opposite. You'd put your right foot ahead of you, take that left foot and go on a diagonal and repeat all those steps. Very important, I can't stress enough. When you're training, start and finish everything in your stance. This is your home to stand up striking. As we later learn on the ground, the guard is important. Our stance and our guard as we're standing up. Now, I'm going to bring Red in here. We're both going to get in our stance. One thing we want to understand is the range. Very important. I don't want to stand next to him if I'm not engaging him. What we mean by engaging him, striking him, attacking him, trying to take him down, trying to kick him, trying to knee, trying to elbow. Because the closer I am, the easier it is to get hit. So part of the range here, I want to figure out, I have to understand, I want to be just outside his reach. So that's where we bring the range in. And again, my knees are bent, I'm explosive, I'm in my shell, and I'm ready to go. And those eyes look right at his eyes. I'm focused like a hawk. I'm watching him. Now, one other thing that we're going to work on that's going to help us keep our range is basic footwork. Now, if I wanted to advance at Red here, I'm not going to walk forward. That is natural. Everything we do in life, we run, we walk. our right goes ahead of us. In this sport, very dangerous. I open up my shell. I'm very easy to get hit. I have to use proper footwork. So again, these knees are bent. See how I push off my rear foot? Because I'm in a sideways position, I need a little extra help. If I'm flat-footed, see my posture. When I push up this toe, keeps my posture going forward. So as I move at red, I use what's called step and slide footwork. Step with the lead leg, slide with the back leg. As I go away, I step, slide, step, slide. Very important is keeping this range and distance. That's one of the worst things that a lot of fighters, even at a high level, struggle with. So we want to focus on our footwork. Also, as we get going, you can step and slide sideways. Left goes to left, right goes to right. So again, focus on when you're training this stance, make your shell. Keep your chin down. You're in tight, especially in MMA. There's small gloves. They're going to come through easy. You want to keep yourself protected. Curl your shell. Push off your rear foot. And again, when you move with your footwork, don't clop your feet. Light on your feet. Light. See how I push off those toes. Step, slide, step, slide, step, slide, step, slide. Very important. You can never do enough stance and footwork. That's our first part of the video, working on your stance and range. All right, we're going to go with our first hand combination. Again, we're working our boxing for MMA, or as I like to call punching or slugging for MMA. We don't want to get too pretty. We don't want to do the pretty boy Floyd stuff. We'll leave that to the prince of pugilism, the guys who do boxing. In MMA, we want to focus on good structure, punching power, and as well, good defensive posture while you're punching, so you can defend from getting hit, as well defend from getting kicked, defend from getting kneed, and defend from getting taken down. Real important, what we got to do, we train, we don't want to hit with bare knuckles. We want to use title hand wraps. We're going to use our good title boxing gloves and use our title punch mitts. So we're going to do a real easy display here. We're going to learn the old school, the 1-2 punch combo. It's as old as it gets. The 1-2 is a number system in punching. It's the jab is the 1 and our straight cross is the 2. What we do, my training partner gets the punch mitts. Now in the punch mitts, we want to use them. They're called focus mitts. So we focus. We're not trying to rip the leather off them. We're trying to pop them. Now what I'm doing on my first structure here, I'm in my stance. Remember, I don't start next to him. I want to use this 1-2 to engage him. I use it to collect some distance. Now, when I'm punching, I want to focus hitting on the first 2 punching knuckles. I get a good tight fist. I squeeze this glove, and I want to hit with the first 2 knuckles, wrist down. What we do, the jab, I'm exploding in. Now, what I want to do when I punch, don't step first. The jab, the 1, actually the hand moves first. 1, then from here, I shift my weight. I do a slight shift to my footwork. Boom, 2. And see, on the cross, it's very important athletically to get the power I need. I've got to push off my rear foot, my rear hip, and drive the power. That's 1, how I get power, and 2, how I protect myself. If I'm too tall on my punches, I'm very easy to get hit, and it's very easy to take me down. So I get in my shell, and this is how I get power. One other thing I do, especially when we put the MMA gloves on later, is we really torque my glove every time I hit. So when I jab, boom, cross, see, I twist. I get that extra power, drive. See, I tuck my chin, and I drive my hip, my shoulder, almost like I'm throwing a fastball. We'll do it a little bit live now. You see how I get a little spring? I move my body lightly, pop, boom, and I hit that jab cross, pop, pop, and I focus, always hitting with my eyes, pop, pop. Now as we get more advanced, your training partner, he'll call 1-2. See, it's very easy to go at my pace. He wants me to spring it at his pace and make me work. So again, with the title equipment, we set it up.
1-2. 1-2. 1, 2.
Now notice my breathing. I'm exhaling. A beginner mistake a lot of people do, hold your breath. You want to be like a cobra when you punch. Really relax. Then when it's time to strike, strike. So stay relaxed, explode. Relax, explode. We'll show it a few more times.
1, 2. 1, 2.
That's the 1-2 punch combination. You'll see it to this day. Chuck Liddell still punches guys out with this one. It's an oldie but a goodie, but it still works. All right, we're going to work on our second hand combo. It's going to be the cross hook, or in the numbers game of boxing, 2-3. Very important with these basics is you're building a home. You're building your foundation. Right now, the stance and the range, that's that foundation you're building on. Now you're starting to put up the frame of your home with good solid punching. The combo we're going to work on, again, is cross hook. This one, we're going to be careful with. The jab, as we first worked on, is a good entry level to come from the outside. The cross and hook, I got to be, it's dangerous. It'll work sometimes, but not always. You can't always lead with your cross to catch some distance. You're going to see this cross hook thrown offensively when we're a little closer, and defensively to counter. Real important about this is a little bit more of a power combination. Again, to reiterate the first section about the stand, we put you with your power hand behind you so that it's your enforcer. The way my dad taught me, because I'm from the Great White North, it's like hockey fighting. You grab with one hand and you hold on with your strongest hand and hit. So that's what your cross punch should be, especially in MMA. It's your enforcer. It should be your power punch. You either want to back them up with it or you want to keep them out of your face. So we work on the cross. As I lead with the cross, very important to understand is open your hips up. So I start shifting my head, drive the cross, and I shoot it. From here, the more I turn my cross, the better my hook is going to be. Now the hook punch is a very tricky punch. It's going to take a little time for you to learn this. And what we do on the hook from here is the right's coming back with my left hook. I'm just coming across. Now there's going to be 3 different ranges we're going to show you in a moment to do the hook. But the key, so I push off my foot, rotate. Now, where people make mistakes on this hook punch is they try and swing through. See, I'm in trouble. I'm off balance. He's going to take me down. He's going to hit me. Scientifically, when I hit him with a cross on the chin, it's a driving motion. But when you hit on the hook, it's actually a snapping motion. That's why you do see great boxers like Oscar De La Hoya knocked out Fernando Vargas easy with a hook just by snapping it. It's a different type of motion. If I swing too hard on the hook, it gets me out of position. So we really work on that. Now, for the hook, there's 3 ways you can throw it. I can either go with the palm vertical and hitting across. But as we get closer to get power on the hook, I'm going to rotate it. You see that? Now as I'm farther away, I do, some people call it the Mexican hook or the shovel hook. It hits on an angle going up. And as you get better, you're going to understand how to throw this. For all intents and purposes, to learn the easiest way at the beginner stage, we're going to start right here with the thumb up. Now, real easy, again, we'll try this cross hook. See, I rotate and boom, hit. Now notice Coach Red here, he doesn't have the pads this wide. Whose head's that wide? We keep them compact and tight. So we learn to get compact, quick punches. And see how when I do shadow box, I'm really focusing on popping my shoulders. I stay loose. So again, I come in, cross, boom, hook, and I just pop. And as you work on these mitts, sometimes it's not always a perfectly straight cross. Range, that's the wild thing about this sport. It's never perfect. You're going to be in weird spots. So when I hit red with a cross sometimes, it's going to be a little closer. Notice my elbow doesn't go straight. I got to hit where I hit. Sometimes it's longer. Sometimes it's closer. That's why we use these title mitts to really work on different ranges. So again, real relaxed. See how I cross, hook, and we'll go a little faster. He'll call it for me.
2, 3. 2, 3. 2, 3.
Now, again, the posture while I cross. Again, when we did the jab, notice how I get my head over here. That's because if he jabs at me, I can shift away. Same with the cross. Don't go perfectly straight up and down. See how easy it is for me to get hit? I shift my weight. Now, the other reason why I shift my weight, it loaded my what? My hook. Look at how much more power I get on the hook when I come back. That's the key. If I'm up and down, I can't get that weight. So again, in closing, watch how I shift that weight. Cross, boom, hook. I can bring it across. So I shift the weight. Real important. So I use those legs. Cross, hook. All right. That's our 2-3 combination for MMA boxing. We're going to put all of it together now. We're going to take and work the defensive and the offensive sections of the striking. What we're going to do now is mix the first two combinations together. So we did 1-2 and then 2-3. We're going to do 1-2-3 now. So we go jab, cross, hook. But now what's going to happen is we have to get very focused on the other part of striking. Common problem. You see people in the gym, they hit the bags, they hit the mitts. Bruce Lee said it best. The guy broke a board and he goes, boards don't hit back. And it's the truth. The pads don't hit back. The bag doesn't hit back. But while you train, you want to focus that he's going to beat the dog snot out of me. That works for me. I like to be scared when I train. It makes me think on defense. So we're going to do a simple drill here. I go jab, cross, hook. He's going to throw his cross at me. We do the most important thing you'll learn, our slice block. Now, the slice block, you bring that elbow across, I stay low. What I'm trying to do is defend and deflect the punch with my forearm. Now, again, you don't want to get too open because in MMA, he'll slide that punch right in here and I'll wake up in the locker room. So you got to make sure, tuck the chin, slice. I drop my weight because part of this is as you drop the weight, the punch can slide off you as well. So again, we do our quick combo. Jab, cross, hook. He goes first one. But notice, as I'm blocking, I'm absorbing, so I push off the toe. Notice I have my bullet over here in the chamber. I'm going to bring a cross back. So again, 1, 2, 3, slice, boom. I return back with my own cross. So again, 1, 2, 3, boom, pow. I come back. Now as we progress, we're going to get a little better. We're going to do 2 blocks, and we have fun with this. So we go jab, cross, hook, block, block. Now watch. We can come back, hook, easy. And as we block here, we load it, and then from here, hook back. So again, 1, 2, 3, block, block, hook back. Now, as you get even better, the whole series, your partner is your coach. He's holding for you. You're hitting the mitts. We do 3 blocks back, and we try and go 3 punches back. This is where we really want to get good with this. So again, jab, cross, hook, block, block, block. Now I return punch, punch, punch. So again, that's our 1, 2, 3 to 2, 3, 2. And as we get better, we'll move around a little bit. We put a little shake with our bake. We're moving, we're shucking and jiving. Because if I move like this, I'm an easy target. Feinting, faking, you create your own style. We go 1, 2, 3, block, 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 2, 3, 2. So again, we pop it off, 1, 2, 3, block, 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 and then 2, 3, 2. And the key with the mitts, don't try and kill them. Pop, 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 hand speed, but snap your punches. So real easy again, 1, 2, 3, block, 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 2, 3, 2. And the key with the mitt holder, you're seeing him, he hits, he snaps back. Hit, snap back. And also, to build my punching power, when I punch, he resists with the mitts. See how he puts resistance? I got to work my muscles. So one more time, we'll do that. 1, 2, 3. He goes 2, 3, 2. Pop, pop, boom. Cross, across. And notice the last punch, I really give it to him. And we explode. Moving around, hands up. 1, 2, 3. Block, block, block. 2, 3, 2. That's our defensive series. Learning the mitts. Again, 1, 2, 3 attack. 2, 3, 2 counter with those 3 slice blocks. We're going to go into one of my favorite sections of the punching, the dirty boxing, with the clinching, the pummeling, and the plumbing, the tie clinch, grabbing a hold, and hitting. This is one of my favorite sections. My dad, my first self-defense lesson from my dad is he taught me hockey fighting. I said, Dad, what do I do if I get in a street fight at school or on the street? He said, son, reach over, grab their jersey, pull it over their head, and hit them till they fall down. That's dirty boxing, as simple as it gets. Learning how to hold on to someone and hitting. It's something that you won't see in the sweet science, but we will see in mixed martial arts. Now, a lot of times you're going to see guys trying to grab me with the tie clinch or the plum. Now, if he's not applying too much pressure, really snapping the head like Anderson Silva style, one of the easiest things I can do is try and just block this hand on the inside. So it's similar to wrestling, pummeling rather. I get this hand on the inside, but as I do it, you see how I get my fingers hooked. That's why I love these MMA gloves. You can hook onto them. I start shooting uppercuts, but the key with the uppercut to get more power is you twist. Twist. Always when I shoot these MMA gloves, everything. Twist. Twist. Make sure that you focus on hitting with the right part of your hand. As you can see, these gloves, they're not too much to them. You got the thumbs exposed. There's not a lot of padding. You don't want to hit on the wrong part of your hand. So you really focus on twisting the knuckle in there, and that's the focus. So he gets me in this tie clinch position. I just pop the hand in, uppercut, uppercut, over, under, over. But the key to making this work, if I stay tall, he's going to pull a little harder, obviously. I can't do anything. As I shoot this hand in, so I pull that leg back, and boom, under, over, boom, under, over. So I'm hitting that. That's one of our techniques we can do on that dirty boxing, especially when we get on the fence. Another thing, if he hooks at me, I take and block the hook. But as I block the hook, I scoop the arm, so I push the face. Now, boom, boom. I try and hold on to this hand as long as I can. I'm hitting it from here, hitting. Any way I can grab him anytime in the fight. Maybe he tries to shoot at me and it's unsuccessful. If I get this attempted defense here, hitting. Any way I can hit and unhook the hands, hit. That's where you got to let the boxing go. The stand-up scramble is so important. Now, say I've got him in the clinch and he pops his head under and out. Well, as he goes, you see what I do? I hit. That's where the boxing is going to come in handy in MMA. It's not necessarily we're sitting here. We both know we're defending punches. We're ready. But a lot of the punches, like I said, if he pops his head out, boom, boom. And see, I grab a hold with my head and hit him. And again, you see, I get that hand over the neck. You see, if he pops out, fine, get the hand back over. So I hold that hand in there, hit him, and later we have my fun stuff, the knee, the elbow, all the fun little toys that we're going to learn later in these awesome title MMA videos. So again, the dirty boxing, it's kind of your own expression. You'll be able to hit shots wherever you can. Sometimes you can rip the body, sometimes the head. That's just a few ideas that you work with a partner as you get in the clinch. And notice the other thing I really worked on, when you got a hold of me, see how strong I make my back and neck. So you hit quick, but don't wait too long. If he gets me too long, gonna be the end of an Anderson Silva highlight video, and we all know what happens there. I wake up in the locker room. So the key is, anytime you feel them touching your neck, see I fight the head, right, boom, hit. See that posture there? I arch. Don't put your head forward. It's too easy, and you're gonna get caught. So again, getting back to that dirty boxing. He comes at me, so I try and block with that arm and hit any which way I can. Or like I said, if I had the plum and he scrambles out, hit out of it. You can get some easy KOs from there. So that's some of the plumbing, tie clinching, and a little dirty boxing. One of my favorite sections. All right, here's our intro to boxing sparring with MMA. It's probably your favorite part. I mean, everybody who's played sports before, they love drilling in basketball, football, soccer, hockey. But when Coach said, all right, scrimmage, well, we get to scrimmage a little. And the key in sparring's not fighting. You're not necessarily trying to knock each other's block off. You're trying to work a controlled environment to test your skills. Because very important when you fight, there's some intangibles that go on when you fight. Conditioning, heart, courage, and as well your adrenaline's going. Necessarily when you spar, you don't have those. Very important is safety. The fight necessarily isn't the fight on the mat every day, it's the fight in the cage or the ring. So important is self-preservation. First, self-preservation is getting your 16-ounce title gloves. Get them. Good sparring gloves go a long way. One, you're not going to hurt your partner, and two, you're not going to hurt your hands. Hurting your hands is detrimental to the future of your future in the sport and your training. As well, for purposes we're not going to use the other equipment to show you a little easier, get yourself a good title helmet, get your mouth guard, wear your hand wraps. Very important. All this equipment. The baddest guys in MMA wear all this stuff. Don't try and show how tough you are by taking punches. That's how you get brain damage. That's a joke, guys. Brain damage. So seriously, you got to take care of yourself. You got to take care of yourself just like football players do. You don't want to beat yourself up where you can't fight. Now what we do in introduction to sparring, we get here, we get in our stance. What we start doing, we're going to work on a simple drill. This, even some of the best K1 fighters, K1 and Holland, one of the easiest ways to build your confidence is body boxing sparring. If you're first starting out, the body boxing sparring, you use this to get used to. We just get in here, start punching at each other. What it does is teach you how to get going, punch, punch. Now, don't try and be a superstar. It's a good warm-up. It gets you comfortable punching at each other. That's our first drill. Kind of introduce yourself. But now, as we start going, that's not that realistic, but it's a good way to get you going. The next stage is we start doing one person will isolate the jab. He's going to jab at me the whole time. Boom. I get comfortable using my different defenses. Now, I know I didn't show you some of those defenses yet, but you're going to have to learn those on your own. As you get going, you'll learn the parry. You'll learn to move your head, to pull your head back, but we could drill till the cows come home. It's like the kid on the playground who dribbles the basketball in between his legs, around his back, doing spin moves, reverse layups. Doesn't mean anything unless he can do it in a game. So the best way to get good at boxing for MMA is to box for MMA. So we get in here. He starts jabbing at me. We just, boom, get used to walking, moving, getting used to defending. Now, as we get going, simple drill, we'll start returning our own. He punches at me. See how fast I put my hand back. He goes at me, pop, pop. Or I pick it off, pop, boom. Get the other hand going. Again, you experiment. It's a simple drill just to get going. Now, let's go even further. He starts going 1-2 at me. Pop, pop, bang. I start firing back. 1-2, pop, 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 boom. 2 shots. As you get better, 3 shots. Pop, pop, boom. Now again, the key is control. Learn rhythm. You don't want to force these shots. Just let them go. Twist, pop. Now again, you can change these drills up. I can go at him. He can go at me. Back and forth. Partner drills. A very good friend of my family who was in martial arts for years taught me this. Drills make skills. The more drills you do, the more skills you're going to have. So very realistic drills are going to help you get better. Now, once you've got all that down, we start sparring. And the key is work on different strategies. Some days, like If I'm a wrestler, do I want to run away from my opponent? No. I want to get up in his grill, kind of like Dan Henderson does. I want to get after it. I want to learn how to use my striking to get inside so I can clinch and take down. Now maybe if I'm a stand-up specialist and I don't want to get taken down, I learn my range, a la Chuck Liddell. I learned to keep him away from me. That's the thing. We go live and work different strategies. The key though, if you notice both of us, we really keep our hands high. We're focused on blocking, blocking, blocking. And if you really feel good later on, once Coach Red starts putting the wrestling in, you do boxing with takedowns, and that'll help you learn how to use boxing to set up takedowns, and as well, you use the boxing to help you defend takedowns. Again, another thing, when you punch, don't wing. See how easy it is for me to get hit? Short and sweet shots. See how all my shots, see how I focus on hitting around. And also, we do what's called creating angles. See, I step over, boom, twist, twist, twist. And another thing, you've got to get used to getting hit. Think about it. If you're at home, you hit the mitts, you hit one of these heavy bags, you kick the shield, everything's offensive. A lot of times when I come into the gym, I work on this. I let him punch at me a lot. See how comfortable I am getting hit at. I'm having a conversation with you guys while he's punching at me. Boom. You see, I get so desensitized to getting hit. I get comfortable. That's the hardest thing to learn in striking. The hitting's the easy part. Getting hit at and then hitting back. And you're going to learn that later when you grapple. Coach Red is going to teach you, play from your back to learn how to grapple from your back, because you're going to go there. Same thing, you're going to get hit at when you fight MMA. So get used to getting hit as much as possible. I hope you enjoyed all this stuff. Make sure, focus on your stance, good hands up, twisting, work on the good proper equipment. That's the thing. You're only as good as the equipment you train in. If you try and spar with only your MMA fight gloves, you're going to hurt each other. Get the boxing gloves from Title. Get your helmet, get your mouth guard, get your hand wraps, get your MMA sparring gloves, and get your MMA shin guards, your kickboxing shin guards. You need this equipment, and it'll help you get better. And as well, your eyesight. When you spar, watch how I keep my eyes on them. Don't look down. Always keep the eyes on and stay relaxed. Breathing, breathing, moving, faking. These things will come. Very important, create your own style. Figure out if you're an inside fighter, outside fighter, but definitely just keep having fun and learning MMA.